Yo, welcome back to more Tsukimonogatari episode 4. So this will be the end of the series, and I really have no expectations for how this is going to go. Not only for just the situation we're in now with Taratsuru kidnapping our Araragi sisters, Tsukihi and Karen, and as well as Kambaru, because they were all over there. Turns out that precaution Araragi took ended up being just even worse for the situation, which really makes me question the whole timing of everything, kind of like they already did. Araragi even going as far blaming himself for getting to the point that he did, for taking the powers, seeing them as his own, using them as much as he did, and seeing it even as potential divine punishment, which is like, man, that's really goes into how, where he's at mentally. Probably doesn't help given everything that's already happened beforehand. Araragi has been having a pretty tough time since, throughout second season, and then now with this going on. But yeah, just the timing of that, the fact that Araragi's becoming more of a vampire, if he uses more of his powers, if he relies on them like he has up until this point, then he furthers the metamorphosis. He loses what is left of his humanity because he has crossed the threshold. Like, he has no reflection anymore. He can't reverse it, but he can stop it by not relying on it. The problem is he already addressed the dilemma with that within himself. Araragi understands more than anyone, like, if it comes down to it, if it's to protect like Senjo, Hanakawa, or in this case his sisters, he is going to rely on his powers if he has to, because he cares more about saving them than what happens to him. Like, he would die for them, like, let alone becoming more of a vampire. Like, he would do that, and that's the problem. So we're just gonna have to see how they can deal with this, if they can maybe keep it to a conversation, see what exactly Taratsuru, if they can, I don't know, make a deal or talk to him. I don't know, he sounds pretty crazy from how he was described. Taratsuru, this new specialist that was described to us by Kagenui. Yeah, really tough to see how this is gonna go, because they also implied, or just said, that he was apparently hired by someone, and the timing of it is just so crazy. And it's like, well, is Ogi being more direct in meddling? That could be a stretch, but a lot of things are still a mystery with Ogi, as well as with Izuku Gaien. Now, Izuku, like, she obviously has like her own ambitions, but at the very least, she's balanced in the sense that she will help you. Like, you do gotta do something for her back, but she's forthcoming with information. I feel like, basically, she's still a bit of a mystery. That's hard to tell, like, what machinations are at work there with Taratsuru being hired to create the situation of kidnapping them, to specifically lure in Araragi and Shinobu. So it's really hard to tell. Beyond that, I really have nothing else to say other than wanting to see how this wraps up, what this will mean, I guess, for Ononoki's character, because even though this is like Tsukimonogatari, she's on the cover of this like series. It's her opening, right? There's a big like Ononoki. It's like her, but her involvement while she's been here, it's been a lot more subtle to like the main events going on. She's not directly involved with the situation with Araragi, his own situation with Taratsuru kidnapping, Tsukihi, Karen, and Kambaru. Like, she's there and she's gonna help. Kagenui's like, you can take Ononoki. I'm still gonna let you take her to go deal with it. And Kagenui said she can help, but she can't interfere directly, because she said the powers that she has against immortal apparitions don't work on humans. So we also know Taratsuru has a fascination with the normal immortal apparitions, finding them beautiful, and at the very least, he's not going to kill Kambaru and Karen and Tsukihi anytime soon, or rather in the time that it would take them to get there, as Araragi, unlimited rule booked, along with Ononoki, just bearing the brunt of the jump, even though he can't recover from the effects of the jump. He doesn't care, man. He's going. But we'll see if he has to rely on his powers, and what this is going to mean, for Ononoki, given that her development has been very subtle, and has been up until this point. Like, we've seen her multiple times, and like her witnessing events, her questions, her perspective, and it's like, it's cool that they're doing it this way, but I'm wondering what the end of this is. So yeah, I'm kind of talking in circles here, but that's really all I can say about it. That's all. So let's go. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. Oh, hello, Oki. Speaking of Oki, waiting. But yeah, funny seeing you here as we're going to the shrine. Damn, was he just about to drop what he was doing just to walk her back home? Hmm. Go for it. This morning. So you knew this was gonna happen, huh? God damn it, Ogi. Well, does that answer our question? I'm not sure. Does that confirm that Ogi knew this? So it's like, does Ogi know that what these circumstances are? Specifically? I mean, she knows Aragi's going to a battlefield. So she knows that much. So is it because she hired Tadatsuru, or is it like her own clairvoyance? Is it her own information she just has? I still don't know what to make of Ogi, really. But they just had to pop up. Whatever. I'll just enjoy my Ononoki opening for the last time. Whose lyrics are also, like, very interesting. Hmm. Doki Doki. I love that part. Orange and mint flavor. I hope things turn out good for you, Ononoki. We'll see. Alright. Oh, we're still talking to her. Cool. Settings. I like how Ogi says that. Not ashamed. Oh, fuck. You can only help yourself. Shit, man. Stop it. Yeah. That's the one. Not mine. I like that. Ononoki. Is this where Araragi's at? That's true. He would have. Even if he knew this was gonna happen, he still would have saved everyone. Using it. More to the that is why, huh? Attracted to him being like that. You like that about him. Okay. Twist around what? Hmm. Well, that fits your Oshino name. Proper. Yellow light. He is counting on Ononoki here. Hmm. God. Did you? Oh. I don't know. Ogi's very deliberate with the way she's talking. It's very deceptive. He has matured. Yeah, some things have happened that, maybe. Yeah, while they do make you learn and grow up, it's like you don't want to keep losing people and things, of course. So let's fucking win. Let's go. Oh my god. The final boss. Odonoki just said it, so what was that? Random predictions. Alright, there we go. I mean, I think it checks out. Yeah. I mean that is she said the motive, but what does that mean? Make things proper. That's what I'm saying. Like, what does that even mean? Oh. Hmm. Oh shit. Let's go. Hmm. Convince him. Yeah, you need to like I don't know how, but immortal but still living. Okay. Huh. Hmm. It's the whole squad. Huh. Oh my god, they all made her. It lies with her. Okay. Damn. Okay, she chose Kakenui. Huh. Oshino got along with him, huh? Okay, in the worst case scenario. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Because Kagenui knows. Araragi. Wow. No. 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 Her figurine. Stop it. Let her walk, God damn it. That was Araragi's way of saying, no, that was a stupid thing. I'm not doing that. Hmm. I hope so. Terrible. Mmm. The worst. Absolute worst. The hell? Okay. Seems pretty risky. The grovel. He's gonna prostrate himself. Damn. He won't let that slide. And even if he did, she wouldn't. So, okay. Jeez. Another thing he won't do. Yeah, no way. Can you let go of her skirt now, please? Mmm. Hmm. You need to pay for it. Like the way he paid for his powers with his humanity to save them. He needs to pay something. Yeah, because I guess that's the point. Araragi really hasn't changed. Oh. Like Gohan slamming into Raditz. He'll die. Someone has to pay. Can he really not save everyone, is the thing. Oh, the dilemma of a hero of justice. Hmm. Please. Oh, man. I feel like I'm going to. Creeping her out, bro. She might be a doll, but she has these feelings. Oh. Making all that origami. He looks ethereal. Dude, it's cracked. Oh. That is a very big observation. Oh. Law of science. Yeah, you gotta do something. You don't know. I guess so. She's gonna go with it. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Okay. Hmm. That's what she's saying. It's not her concern, but there's another out for you. Another payment. Can you skip out on the bill? I don't know. You might learn the hard way. Every man dreams of saying. His voice sounds familiar. I think. Is this the Dio voice actor? Huh. Curse. Whoa. What? Oh, that's why you've never seen Kaganui walk on the ground. What the fuck? That's so funny. Balancing the books. We're not meant to have compensation. That word again. Not meant to have as in Ononoki? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Like here as in alive? Or here in town as in who hired you? I think he means in like an existential way. Like, why am I here? Oh. A stray specialist. No ideology. Whoa. Cast for this role, because he's the suitable person to fight him here. It's all part of a plan. To fit your role. God. Whoa. Look for him. I'm sure he could, but yeah, we can't find him. Boy, would we love to know. Okay. Proper. Oh, Ogi. This is so meta. I like feel bad for this guy now, but they gotta do what they gotta do to play their role. I'm still trying to figure out why he's glowing. We're just another piece on the board, man. Ooh. I don't want to help you in turning into a vampire. Find Oshino. New mission, find Oshino. You can only gain and then lose. This has been very roundabout. You. Do it. Do it. Wait. What line? Oh. Oh. The pose look. Holy fuck. I feel bad for that guy now, man. Holy shit. I'm sure there was. Cause she's a bakemono. Don't end up like this. Don't become a vampire. Damn. If humans end up like this, it's the end of them. I guess she would know. God. Hello. Jesus Christ. Kaganui folded me up. This is how they predicted it would end, right? Put them right back there on the futons. God, what a trip of an episode. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah. For now. Hell yeah, dude. Well. Whoa, to create a fissure between them. Oh, hello. I missed you, Senjo. Oh boy. Hmm. Cute. Koyo Koyo. I like that little nickname. She's acting very cute right now. That'd be a bad thing. That's sweet. That's nice. Because we saw his reflection in there that she saw him. That was cool. Oh, she know. Oh, she know. Oh, oh. Well. Hmm. I would agree. Oh god, now you're saying it. Proper. Who knows? God. Only she's aware of. Motherfucker, it's Valentine's Day. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, man. Oh, oh my god. Hey, Ononoki. What was that? Oh, Jesus, that was terrible. The UFO catch. That claw machine. Oh. Okay. Oh, God. They won her. That's fucking hilarious. God damn it. You always gotta make it weird, Monogatari. Shinobu. Looks like they'll continue for a little longer. Until he goes to college. Good night, the end. Oh man, I tried my best to keep up with everything in this episode. This episode, more than others, really felt like hinting at a lot that is a little bit beyond my scope right now. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll talk about it though. Not the ending I expected. There's still some story left to be told. But this one was important in its own way. Despite it being like, or technically not a lot happened. There was a point to it, of course, so. Okay, so talking about this one, I might have the wrong idea about some things, so just gonna throw that out there as I try to talk about this episode. There was a lot of times where I made myself like not talk, just so I could like trying to internalize some things. Let's give it a try. So they pretty much all but confirmed Ogi's involvement with hiring Taratsuru. The whole proper thing as well. Ogi wants things to be proper, but it's like, what does that mean? Like, we know that's what Ogi wants. Why? Like, why does Ogi want that? What is the personal motivation there? And this is a question we've already been asking for a while, right? So that's still like up in the air, but it seemed like based on what Tadatsuru said at the end there, he was aware of like the idea of like how this would force Araragi to become more of a vampire. So was that Ogi's end goal as well, knowing that, because with the timing of these circumstances, knowing that it would force him to, if he couldn't rely on others, right? Which kind of gives some thing to her conversation at the beginning of the episode, or maybe how she was trying to like discourage him from relying on others and getting him to say the line himself, like, you can only help yourself, almost like setting up the scenario where he would be forced to rely on his own powers to make that happen. So that was pretty clever from Ogi, if that's like what her plan was, if I'm understanding that right. She's in everybody's business. She has a very like deceptive way of talking too. It's cool that we saw her and they had an interesting talk, because then that led into, I guess, addressing Araragi's maturity, changing fundamental, like, so Araragi has like lost, like losing Mayoi, having to essentially like part ways, like completely cut off his relationship with Nadeko, and just like all the things he's gone through up until this point. He understands loss. I mean, especially with Mayoi, right? He understands that loss. He's lost things. He's failed in other ways. Like, he essentially in the end couldn't do anything for Nadeko, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Nothing, right? But I feel like that itself carries its own connotation of change. But I guess the idea is that fundamentally Araragi, like when it comes down to it, especially when put in a situation like this one, like what even was that plan, right? Is his intention really to like naively save everyone without paying that compensation, without like skipping out on the bill, as Ononoki said it like that? Because that's a very real thing too. We did run into that dilemma at the end of Tsukimonogatari, right? And you know, Oshino had to come in and make the miserable compromise, right? So it's like, that's a very real thing for his ideology and who he is. Cool that they address that, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of like in well, I won't have to say it, you know what I'm talking about, but this ideology, the saving people thing, that in itself is like something to be admired, which is, you know, Ononoki likes that about him. You know, this, she called it like that peaceful idea, how he was even telling her like, you'll become even less of a human if you kill someone. And, you know, Ononoki is like, well, humans can kill humans and, you know, still be human, but, you know, she likes that peaceful idea, like, because Araragi didn't want anyone to die, you want to save everyone. Ogi revealing that she likes that aspect of him as well, and like the way he twists things, but also admitting that she didn't like when things were twisted. And when she said that, did she mean like, you know, twisting like her words or the meaning of them to like fit his own thing? Because I mean, she's kind of doing like her own twisting as well. Like, she has an agenda, she's saying things a particular way. That's still its own mystery, but yeah. And so I was expecting, so with that, like addressing that, how like, and even with Araragi is like lifting up the skirts and everything, just doing what he does. Like, he really hasn't matured in many ways. Like, Araragi is still Araragi from Bakemonogatari. If I watched an episode of Bakemonogatari and I watched an episode of Tsukimonogatari, I wouldn't see too much change there. I mean, we've seen his losses up until now, and I still think that does carry its own like connotation of change. But, you know, fundamentally, he's still Araragi, right? So what does like maturity mean in that sense? I don't know. You know, things happen, like with Mayoi, that just happened and he was forced to deal with it. College is approaching, that's gonna come, and then he'll be forced to deal with it. And I guess that's the change that's forced upon him. That's what's going to happen, like, regardless. That's just like life moving on and things happening as time goes on. So it's like, but in the situation with Taratsuru, I expected it to go wrong, right? I didn't think he would be able to maintain that, and I guess in the end he wasn't able to, because Ononoki ended up killing Taratsuru, which we're gonna talk about Taratsuru. But it seemed like Ononoki, or how they said, she killed him, like, don't become like me, don't become a monster like me. I killed him, regardless of you telling me not to, because I'm a monster. Which is a very like sad way. That's very sad, right? Because it's like, it's like a hopeless thing for Ononoki to carry that sense of like humanity. Like, she's doing, like, for Araragi, just like she made him promise before, like, don't use your powers, you can't become more of a vampire, you can't, like, as your friend, I'm asking you, right? She cares like immensely. And even like with how Araragi said at the end, like with the darkness, doing that even to cause like a rift there, like not to get too close, not to stray from her path as an apparition, I guess, that would have like attracted the darkness. How like Mayoi stuck around, you know, for Araragi until that continued, until it came for her. So yeah, that whole experience before with Mayoi definitely shaped Ononoki as well, because she was there for it. So that's an aspect of it too. At the same time, at the very end, apparently she was ordered by Kagenui and Izuko to stick by him regardless, so, and to get more closer and intimate, whatever. Like, you know, just stick by his side, right? So we'll see. Hopefully, I guess, you know, her being by his side doesn't necessarily mean she'll stray from the path as an apparition, or like who she is as an apparition currently. Well, we'll have to see. But Taratsuru, I felt so bad for him, man. And there was a lot of like existential like dread there. Like, look, it's like, why am I here? I'm just here to play my role. I'm here to be the ideal opponent to you. You're here because you had no choice. You being angry at what I'm saying is just because that's what you should do. That's very like nihilistic. Just like what's the point of all this? Like, I want this to end, you know? Just God. But he also said some very helpful things too, like beyond just like confirming like what Ogi seemed to have wanted from the situation, and that he was, you know, like, he's like, I don't want to make things, you know, proper. He's tired of this, but also like urging him to seek out Oshino, which is like, of course, what I want. But he's like, he's the only one that can, like, if there's anyone that can bring balance to this mess of the situation that's going on here, it's him. I don't know. Maybe we will get to, hopefully Hanakawa makes progress. Apparently there is like a Monogatari novel out there that that hasn't been animated yet, that details Hanakawa's like adventures in seeking out Oshino. Apparently there's a whole story there. So, but maybe we'll see the fruits of that at some point. I know there's like, along with that, there's other Monogatari that is yet to be animated, so that could be just far off, even past where the series are at now. But I hope that does happen soon, and that we can get him back to help deal with shit, man. But Taratsu's voice actor, like, I still think I'm probably wrong on this. I think I'm just gonna look this up. But before I look this up, I think I should learn his name at this point, because I've heard his voice in multiple things at this point. But Dio's voice actor. I've never even seen JoJo's, but everyone knows like it's Dio's voice actor. You know, Roswell, ReZero, Shirogan, his dad in Kaguya-sama. I'm gonna look up his name. Taratsuru voice actor. I'm just typing it so I don't get auto-suggested spoilers. Takehito Koyasu. Is that boy? Yep, it's him. Yep, Ozymandias. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I could tell it was him. It's not as like pronounced as usually is, but there's just like a quality to it that is just so iconic. Even with him toning it down as Taratsuru, because he kept it like fairly monotonous for this character, but you can still tell, man, what a great voice that you could still tell. Yeah, he seemed like a cool character too. It's a shame he just fucking died like that. Like I like the talk they had about him, and they revealed some crazy things as well, like how him and Oshino and Kagenui and Gaien and Kaiki all came together, and they're the ones, like, as part of a project within their club, like from these bored college students, they like revived Ononoki into like the form she is now, because we know that she's like essentially a corpse, like reincarnated essentially. They're the ones that made her, and then Kagenui and Taratsu like fought over trying to have her, and I guess that's what resulted in their curse that they have, that they can't walk the earth, right? So that's so crazy that that's the reason Kagenui is never on the ground, constantly stepping on Ononoki's finger, jumping on things, jumping over buildings and trees. That's a fucked up curse, man. How do you live like that? Like, what's the technicality of this curse of what defines the ground, right? I don't know. I don't know how you can trick a curse like that, especially if you like come to a home and rest and then get up. Like, are you jumping to the kitchen to get food? Are you jumping out the door? Are you like Spider-Manning the wall, opening the door, and then jumping out? Like, there can't always be something to jump on. I guess that's why she has Ononoki. Usually. I just appreciated the whole conversation with Ononoki in general, because that's kind of pretty much what I wanted, just like more of her, given that this is like her arc essentially. But also about her feelings, like I know I'm a doll, but like I still feel like embarrassment at you doing that, right? Or so of course there's like the sense of like, you know, humanity to her. Not that that matters to Araragi, you're still gonna be a fucking creep. But it seems at this point for her, she's like kind of maybe let go of this, because again, like she kind of like speaks in a way that's maybe like hopeless, as far, or rather like it's like a somber acceptance of just like what she is as an apparition, like to the point where she's just only expressing like care for Araragi, like it's like, you can sacrifice me, like Taratsuru wanted me, and Araragi on principle of course can't do that, nor give Shinobu, sticking like to his just who he is. Like he just wouldn't do anything like that, especially like, you know, to them, but just in general. Araragi would not do that. He'll skip out on the bill if he can, but he's gonna bear the brunt of that himself, even if the plan is like stupid or whatever. Like he's gonna find a way, and I thought it was gonna backfire there, but I'm glad it didn't. So Ononoki pretty much just bore that burden of attacking Taratsuru there, even though it seemed like Taratsuru was just done. But I'm sure he was just gonna end up, you know, killing Araragi anyway. He was about to get ready, but he knew Ononoki was there and knew what she was about to do, so he just accepted his fate. He wanted this whole thing to end anyway. Pretty fucking sad. And yeah, Ononoki just bore that burden. Like she's just like I'm a monster, don't become like me. Like this is what how she sees it for Araragi at this point, but not for herself. Like I don't know if she has any like desire to not I don't know, not to be an apparition, because at that point she just ceases to exist, right? She's a reincarnation in this like corpse. Her design is even like funny, that seeing like how that she was made by them, that they designed her as she is. That's kind of funny. With her being by Araragi's side by this point, I hope that, you know, there is more for her at this point. But you know, when Araragi was reflecting on the point of the story at that point, like as far as what she did and what that meant, and I can appreciate that, given like even though like not a lot really happened in this arc, there was that point to it, so I can appreciate that. So I guess in summary, for now, things will continue as they are. Other things will probably still happen that they'll have to deal with. But I think like when we think of the Senjo scene at the very end, where Araragi is like still wondering, like, I wonder how long I can keep living my life as I have been, and Senjo's saying like Kaigiwa said those kind of things and didn't think like a peaceful kind of relationship would last forever. And I used to think that kind of thing was cool, but if that's cool, then I think you're fine being uncool, Araragi. And Senjo's love for Araragi, I think, is something to hold on to as like life's changes kind of get forced upon you, or the next thing you have to deal with. Whatever happens, we'll deal with, as we said, and you'll be able to continue to count on those who love him and care for him. And like you said, Oshino's saying like you can only help yourself. That's his line. Like that's not me. Because Araragi is who he is, and the people that love him do find admiration in that. He might come into that said, and all this was with the caveat that maintaining that could very well come again to a situation where he just can't do anything about it, and he'll be forced to face another loss. He won't be able to stick to his ideology. There has to be someone that pays the price if it's not him. Like with Maoi before, there was nothing he could do there. Like with Nadeko, there was nothing he could do. Like at this point, he understands that doesn't mean he's not going to stop trying, or that he's not going to continue to try in the future. So I just hope things work out. But shout out to things wrapping up relatively decently. Again, I hate that Taratsuru had to die. He seemed pretty cool. But yeah, this is where we're at. And the sisters won Ononoki in the UFO catcher machine. And I remember that name because I've played Yakuza 0, and I remember that's what those are called. And they won her, so now she's here. But also she was ordered to stick by Araragi. So that's where we're at now. Araragi got to spend a lovely Valentine's Day with Senjo, and also that ends okay for now. And we'll just have to see what's next, what more machinations Ogi has, or anyone else. As Ononoki said, along with like her being behind, like with Taratsuru, he's the final boss. That is gonna keep screwing with you. So yeah, there's a sense of like inevitability, of course, that these days won't last forever. So yeah, I look forward to what more this can set up, I guess, story-wise, and I guess more with Ononoki and just more with everyone, right? There's a lot more to see of Monogatari, but I think I enjoyed this series for what it was. There's a lot of cool things discussed. They keep giving me hope of finding Oshino. There's been talk about him and Taratsuru saying like to go find him. I think it's a great idea, but we're leaving that to Hanakawa, so maybe we'll see the fruits of that effort at some point in some series, if that has been animated. But yeah, we'll find out. But anyway, I think that's all I gotta say about this one. I'm sure there's more things and more like nuances that I missed or to discuss, but this one is a little tough for me to talk about, but I tried my best. Of course, if you have any thoughts about it, feel free to share them. I always appreciate that for this series, especially just because there's so much to it. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time watching my reaction. Have a great rest of your day or night. If you're seeing this on YouTube and you want early access to the next 3 reactions of Monogatari, they are immediately available on my Patreon in the description. For $5, you get that early access to this series and everything else that I do. That's it. Once again, thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace.